Cindy here with Create Your Own Luck and Love. I help women to understand men on a deeper level and create the kind of partnership that resonates within their hearts, helping them to unhook from emotional triggers and communicate effectively with men, creating awesome relationships. So today we're going to talk about 3 things that women do that inadvertently push love away, right? So you're dating and things, imagine this, you're dating and things seem to be going great with a guy. You're liking him, he's liking you. And then you start to feel this anxiety inside, right? There's this, things seem to be going along, and then maybe he doesn't ask you out for the weekend when you guys usually get together on the weekend, or you want to know if you're going to get together. So you start to do things that really push the relationship forward, possibly prematurely. And men actually feel that when we do that. Let me know if you've ever tried to kind of push the relationship forward, which is also otherwise known, AKA being in your masculine energy. So that would look like, doing things like you're always driving to him. You're making plans for you guys. You're doing most of the effort. You're making life super easy for him. You have this great recipe that you've talked about, and you say, I'm going to make that for us on Friday night. So he doesn't even have to think or do anything at all. So I'm curious if you've experienced that and you felt that that happen in a relationship where you've got an agenda. So essentially, you're trying to move things forward. So what happens is you're in your masculine energy. You're making the plans, and in effect, what ends up happening is you start getting resentful that he's not showing up, or he's not asking you out. You start questioning things, and actually it can create some anxiety inside, which it pushes a man away when you're always operating in that masculine energy. They don't like it. So the next one is, so when we talk about doing all the work for him, right? So this one, this is another one that inadvertently pushes men away. I think a lot of times women will, meet a guy, they'll start talking to him, and then the next thing you know, the guy is, he seems interested, everything seems great. And then she asks him out. But what you're doing when you do that is it's actually an emasculation. But if you want to take the step forward, there are ways to do it that would actually encourage him, that are more like flirtation. Because flirtation's fun. It's in flow. It's a great energy. So, if you're in real life, or you've gone out on a date and you're having good conversation, and you say, gosh, when are you gonna ask me out again? Or I might say yes if you asked me to go to that concert with you this weekend. So, things like that, where you're in effect, being playful, giving him the green light that, yes, I'm interested. Yes, I would go out with you if you asked, or I'd go out with you again. And I think, so this, when you start moving things forward or trying to do too much, a man gets turned off, and it actually neutralizes the energy between you. He stops trying. What goes on in the back of your head, and what might be going on in the back of your head, and goes on in the back of many women's heads is, if I don't ask him out or if I don't do something, he's not going to. So my question is, why would you want to be in a relationship where you're doing all the work, where you feel like you're doing all the heavy lifting, and he'll run away anyway, or he just will never commit or really be devoted to you in the relationship because he doesn't have to? You know, it's kind of like you're buying the cow and the milk is for free. They will pull away. It inadvertently sabotages your connection with them. And, you know, eventually a lot of times men disappear because they start to think, you know, just, you know, not really